Hello there. Hey guys. I know I look like so tired. I'm probably going to actually do this here today. So it's just going to be voiceover. I look so exhausted. I know this was like oh, wait, you're going live kind of thing. But we have a lot going on here. I'm like literally preparing for another potential storm to come. Yeah. I'm looking for another storm potentially. We've got off the shores here. We still have a lot going on with North Carolina with the last storm, and I honestly don't even know what to say. Hey Katrina, how are you? Oh, you're so welcome. I'm glad it was good for you, dear. So I'm gonna let this, get out to everybody here. I know it's I don't know how long I'm gonna be on here today, but I wanted to come to you guys actually and do like an update on North Carolina and what's happening. I'll probably like record that like as a TikTok video and um post it here, and I'll just post, some thoughts and whatnot here as well, like in the community notes. But there's just a lot of frustration that's happening here in North Carolina because, as I hope you've seen all across TikTok, all across X, people are speaking out, and anyone that's coming in to help, and then even us locals that are helping or wanting to help, we're literally being turned away. Like you can't get past like Asheville to really and truly help. And you can't get to the areas that are like rich with lithium under the ground and quartz and things like that. You just can't get there. So I'm gonna do another video about that a little bit later on tonight, probably. Um, and because I all the fund money that we fundraised earlier this week or late last week, I still have it sitting here, and I'm just trying to figure out, well, who am I going to send this to make sure it gets there, because I don't trust FEMA. I don't trust anyone, um governmentally, to do anything, because they're not doing anything. And so just trying to figure that out. But I'll keep everybody posted. And then we are going to be doing, something else, another fundraiser and some other stuff. So let's get to the actual. I'm going to share my screen here. Here we go. So this is the chart for the new moon today. There's a new moon today. It's in Libra. And let me just increase this right here. So the new moon, and I might actually put this in red. Usually new moons, I don't like. Usually new moons, I'm just like, oh, I'm in love with you. That's amazing. Whatever, whatever. But this new moon is like pretty insane. And it is because we've got us also solar eclipse that's going on all at the same time. Like this is literally all conjunct, meaning it's all together, right? You got the moon at 10 degrees, the sun at 10 degrees, you got Mercury at 11 degrees, so that's conjunct. You also have the south node that's at upside down horseshoe at 6 degrees. And if you guys don't know, the lunar nodes, or the nodes for the moon themselves itself, always is in retrograde. So it always goes backwards or counterclockwise. So it's moving away from the sun. So we just kind of like got past this whole like kind of conjunction here with the south node in Libra and the sun. But but they're all like within 5 degrees of each other. So there's this like massive mix of energy that, when you put it in juxtaposition with the fact that it's squaring almost dead on Mars in Cancer. What I'm going to tell you guys about this is the reason why I titled this Rage, Anger, fighting, miscommunication, misunderstanding, yelling, screaming, all of this is because that's the energy that's literally like enveloping the entire earth right now. Like that's literally the energy. Mars does not like to be in Cancer. And what is interesting, sometimes how Mars in Cancer can play out is it can play out as I'm going to take care of my own. I'm going to take care of my home, my people, my everything. I'm going to fight for that. But sometimes it can be misguided. It could just be misguided. It can be like understood. It can be like diabolical. It could be I have not good intentions for what I'm going to do and how I'm going to take care of house and home. Like that's literally what can happen. Hey Lee, how are you? Hello, Lee's Boutique. Um, so it can be nasty. It doesn't um it doesn't it just doesn't it's just not always nice. It's not always nice. And it can be manipulative. Like you know how they say like us Cancerians can be manipulative and whatnot, and you know we're moody and this, that, the fourth, and fifth, very emotional, all in our fields. A manipulative Cancer is a very dangerous being because Cancers by nature, Cancer is this very much this sign that we're cardinal water, so we're kind of like the initiators, cardinal spirit. We're the initiators, kind of creation, of manifestation. We're the glue that holds it all together. We're very psychic. We're very intuitive because we feel everything, right? We're empaths. Now you can be a good empath or you can be a not so good empath, and there's probably going to be some time we'll talk about that in depth. Okay, um, but you could be a good one or you can be a not so good one. And you can fall into this passive aggressive, like Mars in Cancer is passive aggressive. It's snarky, it's nasty, it's heifer, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. And you're not gonna like it when I get you. And I'm gonna get you in such a way that everybody around you is gonna turn their back on you. Literally will turn their back on you. Crazy. It's crazy. And you'll never know that I did it. That's how nasty we can be. So you put that in juxtaposition with this Mercury moon, I think that's Ceres, the asteroid, and which is again maternal, kind of like everything that's come forth from me. Like it's really interesting energy. The moon, the sun, and the south node. It's this recipe for I am going to revert back to that person I was before you met me and before I changed, before I did any evolution, before I did any growth, because the growth, the person that's done the growth, it ain't working. That person ain't getting nowhere. That person is not thriving. That person is not making headway. And you took my kindness for weakness. So instead of me continuing to be kind, I'm going to revert back to the evil, Twitch with the W, or, you know, Twitch with the B that I was, and you've awakened that person in me. If you never had any good intentions, though, this is what we're seeing, I would say, with the Middle East conflict. And I'm not saying one side or the other is at fault. I'm saying both sides are at fault. I'm saying both sides are on some BS. One likes to pretend like they're the goody goody two shoes and everyone should please come save us. Oh, I'm going to get a lot for that one. Boy, I'm going to get a lot for that. And the other is like, you know, you've been running around here bullying our cousins. So here we go. Why don't you come bully us? Because you've been beating on our cousins. So why don't you come hit us? Matter of fact, we gonna whack you because we done told you to stop bullying our cousins. That's kind of how I see that. This longshoreman thing that's going on, the strike. I'm not surprised that they went on strike yesterday on October the 1st. At the time of this recording, it was yesterday. I'm not surprised that they and the not only can them and the companies not come to an agreement, but the country's yet once more divided on looking at them going, y'all already make like six figures on the regular, and now you want 77% more in your in increase. And they're like, listen, the pay increases, that's one thing, but they're literally taking our jobs with these robots and this automation. We're just trying to get it so the humanity remains intact, and the human element, they're trying to save their jobs too. And then from a business point of view, right, the balancing, so the balance is off. When we have this thing, when we have this configuration, everybody goes back to their corners and starts yelling about what they wanted and what they want. They go back to their, because they're like, you have not heard me, you ain't listening to me, it ain't, we ain't, and I'm just gonna go back, and now I'm gonna either be aggressive or passive aggressive, but I'm gonna be aggressive now. See, now that mama bear side of me, now that side of me that came out that told you you did not want to see. I've tried to tell you, you didn't want to see it. So if you're feeling a tad bit more enraged and you're just feeling also like, I don't give two, what's about, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, if you in the mood, in that like F your feelings mode, that's the mode you in, man. That's it. It's a wrap. And there's not going to be much for the next few days that's going to get you up off of it, because right now we are in a 28-day cycle. Understand that the full moon is going to be a full moon over here in Aries. It is, yep, full moon in Aries. Right? Yeah. All about self-reflection, self-actualization, me, I am. So in 14 days, the world is going to want to bust out and say, I am who I am. And you better start putting some respect on my name. I am who I am, and I'm not taking this anymore. I am who I am, and I'm going to get back to what I wanted to do in the first place. I am who I am, and we're gonna do the darn thing, and I don't care if you don't like it. Do you see what I'm saying? So we basically have until the next new moon in Scorpio, which God help us all. We have 28 days where literally everyone is going to be seeking balance. The world is going to be seeking balance, but it's going to be seeking balance in a way that actually benefits us as individuals. Is that wrong? Or individual entities? Is that wrong? No, I'm not going to say that it's wrong. However, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, I will also say this in a lighter side, or should I say a more individual side. This is your time to reevaluate your relationships yet again. And if you are not getting what you need to get out of the relationship, you need to look at, are you putting in what you should be putting into the relationship to get what you need to get out? Or is it simply you giving too much and that other party ain't giving what they need to give? And it might be time to walk away. You have been seeing probably for the last couple of days or maybe week or so, where your relationships are not serving you. There are some relationships that aren't. Some of these are working relationships. Some of these are romantic relationships. Some of these are friendships. Some of these may even be familial ties. It ain't working anymore. So you just gonna have to give it up. Delish, as my daughter would say. It is time to walk away. Now I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna show you something here too. I know some of you girlies are not. Some of you people, I shouldn't say girlies. Some of you folks aren't used to a whole lot of astrology talk, and you might be like, "What?" Listen, this is for reals. We have something called a grand trine, and what is a grand trine? If you guys saw if you came here because of the reading that I did, the natal chart reading, the birth chart reading for attorney law, ADA Love and Judge Whitaker, I was talking about trines and sextiles and squares and things like that. So a trine, remember, is like siblings, but siblings that get along and are really cool with each other and very loyal. So they are the same. It is when we have a trine when two planets are in signs that are of the same element. So your water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Cancer being cardinal or starting, um, Scorpio being fixed, and Pisces being mutable. You guys, you'll keep up and you'll understand as we go along. And I'm actually about to drop an astrology book and workbook and then an actual course so you can learn how to read your own natal chart. But this is what we call a grand trine. When we have a planet in all three and it makes this what is that? Oh my gosh, I can't remember what a type of, it's not isosceles, it's equa something um triangle. So we have Mars in Cancer that is trining Saturn in retrograde in Pisces, and it also is trining Venus in Scorpio. Why is this a dangerous? Normally I make these in blue, but I'm going to put this in red. I'm going to tell you why this is a dangerous trine. It can be dangerous. It can be the most beautiful thing in the world. Let me tell you how it can be the most beautiful thing in the world for you first. This is the season. This 14 days / 28 day cycle, these next 14 days is going to be one of the best times ever in life. Ever in life for you as an individual to be able to say, this is what I truly deep down, deeply desire more than anything in the world. And I'm going to move heaven and earth to get it. I'm tired of being denied it. And I'm willing to tear down all of the structures that have been put in my life that have kept me from it. I'm not going to sit here and let it continue to be what it is. I'm going to make it something new. Why can this be the most dangerous? Because can you imagine if you're a person that's just like narcissistic or that's just like not too nice, not operating at a high vibration? This is also very powerful for people that don't want good things to happen in this world. This is a very powerful grand trine with a new moon to have it happen. I will also say this though. This is also a time to break curses and cut cords. because the structures are weaker because of that Saturn, this Saturn here in retrograde in Pisces. Structures are weaker. Perceived structures. So these are perceived rules and regulations that you thought were in place, but it's just because it's been like, I don't want to say hereditary. It's just like habit. It's just like, oh, this is something we've always done. Well, but it doesn't work. Yeah, but it's something we've always done. Like my father did it, my grandfather did it, my mother did it, my grandmother did it, her mother before his father before him. It's been handed down generation to generation to generation to generation. Well, it's time for you to break that generational cycle. That's what this is right now. For some people, they're going to kind of take it as a kind of a diabolical situation and just be like, this is what I've always wanted, um, you know, asking, Pinky asking Brain, what are we going to do today? And Brain says, well, we're going to take over the world. So you'll see world leaders, you'll see all types of people, heads of companies, heads of state, general people. Just it seems like that they don't care. They're going to do whatever it is that it takes for them to get what they want. So this is definitely a time, I would say, to stay grounded, to stay protected. I'm going to need you to sage your house. I'm going to need you to pray your prayers of protection. I'm going to need you to burn that Palo Santo. I'm going to need that. I mean, you put salt at your door. It's like, I don't, whatever it is that you do, spray your Florida water, whatever it is that you do for protection, I'm going to need you to do that for yourself and for your home and for your money and all of that. Don't let it get taken. By the same token, this can be one of the most beautiful cycles for you to take a chance on yourself, what you truly want to do, and truly investigate that and let it come out. Okay. What else? We also have this kind of interesting situation with Pluto that has backpedaled back into Capricorn again, where it spent quite a long time, and it is trining Uranus in Taurus in retrograde. So all of our outer planets are in retrograde. Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. Well, and except for Jupiter's still trucking along and just like do. I just want to have a good time. So that's not happy. And then it's also sextiling, or like cousins that like each other. They are both sextiling Neptune in retrograde in Pisces. This can give you a little bit of pause in your personal transformative restructuring, Pluto in Capricorn, and then what that means on a global scale, Uranus in Taurus, and how you earn your money globally. This is also we're having a really bad economic moment here globally, because there's like a lot of hidden things that are running around, hidden wisdoms. But remember that, as we say, the veil is thin. So you need to really lean into your psychic, your intuitive, your prayer life, whatever it is, your spirit life. You need to lean into that. And you need to lean into however you hear, if it's angels, if it's ancestors, if it's spirit guides, if it's, I don't know, whomever, mermaids, I don't know, Palladians, I don't know, whomever. But whoever your guiding lights are, you need to lean into that, because you're going to feel a lot of confusion over the next 14 days. All at the same time, hopefully you're tapping into the energy of creation and the energy of, I am going to do this at all costs, no matter what. You are not going to stop me from achieving my dream this time. So this is a toughie, guys. This one ain't an easy one. This ain't an easy new moon. And the solar eclipse makes it even that much more like, what the hell? But it's something we can get through. You can do it. You can do it. Okay? I have all the faith in the world. All right. So, I don't know how many of you like getting readings or don't like getting readings or whatever, but I might do some more readings again. Um I am going to be having a little bit of a master class this weekend. It is called From Idea to Income. Let me see if I have. I don't remember what the website is. Hang on one second. Let me just make sure it's the right one. No, that's not the right one. And it's free. It's this weekend. It's Saturday. It's like an hour. So I want to be sure that I invite you guys to that. Just give me one second. I'm gonna drop the link. But also I'm gonna tell you this is a great time for you. Take care of yourself. Do your cleansing baths, your salt baths. Go get yourself a good massage. Go for long walks if you can outside. Do some meditation. If you've not really done meditation before, this is a great time for you to do meditation now. And even if it's just for a few minutes to get some clarity on, what is meant for you to do at the next step. I really want you guys to really consider that. I am posting in the chat From Idea to Income the link in the chat. And so when you go to that link, you should see this page right here. So I really help people start online businesses, is what I do outside of this, among other things. And it's spend an hour with me. This is going to cover a lot of stuff. It's not going to cover affiliate marketing because I don't do affiliate marketing. Okay. So this is like a really cool masterclass. People are loving this one and it's completely free. So go on over there and register. I'd love to see you if you've been thinking about starting some sort of a business that is going to transform people's lives, help people, or support those of us that do. Okay, I'm going to put some makeup on in a little while. I'm going to come back and I want to talk a little bit about what's happening in North Carolina. And I want to get some ideas from you guys, what you guys want me to talk about next. All my new members, we hit 50 members here on this channel, and I'm actually going to go in and do a members only live. I just have to schedule that out. We'll do a members only live very shortly so we can kind of just have a little bit of fun and cut loose a little bit. And yeah, that's going to be about it. So I want you guys to have a great new moon. I love you all. And take care. I will see you guys soon. And don't forget, sign up for Idea to Income. It's idea to income online.com. And I'll see you. If I don't see you before then, I'll see you Saturday. All right, guys. Have a great one.